going on, everybody? Today we're going to do a quick demo on how to make some content using Canva for your Instagrams or for your Twitters, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and log in here. Boom, got it all queued up for us. All right, so we're going to go ahead and create a design. Again, Canva kind of makes it pretty straightforward here. They give you some nice clean templates. You can start with a blank slate, or you can start using some of the built-in templates that they have here. So generally speaking, what I do is I'll find something that kind of speaks to me, and then I'll go ahead and select that. So for the purposes of this example, I'm not going to go nuts in terms of design. It's more about just like, hey, what's a simple, concept that we could start from, and then use that as the means to kind of like draw inspiration from. So right now I'm gonna just pick this guy here. It's speaking to me. All right, so pretty simple text, nothing crazy here. And then for today, as far as like content is concerned, like we can use this here as a source, right? Zack Snyder, Justice League is finally here, so we can use this image here. So we can copy this image, right? Or you can, whatever, there's a million ways to get an image, however you want to get your image, right? I'm just doing this for this example. And then we're going to come over here, paste, boom. So there it is, kind of a low res image, not really like a high scale type of image, but that's fine. We're going to delete this, we're going to delete that. So now we're kind of back at square one here. So to back this up here, this particular item here is called a frame. It's where you can like drop in an image and it'll fit whatever makes sense there. So if we go over to elements and we do a search for frames, you'll find that in Canva we've got a whole bunch of different styles of frames here. So for this particular instance, I'm just going to use a regular rounded square, and then I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Actually, you know what? Change my mind. I'm going to go with rounded rectangle because the image that we used earlier was a little bit, it's more of a wide screen type of format. Let's go back over to our uploads. Boom. So you can either attach it to the background, which we don't want. In this case, we're going to drop it right into our frame. I'm going to maximize this a little bit more. And then you see how this is on top. So if you right click this image, you can hit send back and it's going to drop it behind. And then we can change this hashtag to Snyder Cut. And then we can maybe change this. And we'll go back over to our other tab where we had a nice headline for us. Boom. We can take this, copy that. Boom. Minimize, come back over here. Boom. Drop that in like that. Now that text is white, so it's not really working out for us. So let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? We're going to change the background. Speed style here. So let's see what kind of backgrounds we can find ourselves here. So photos, kind of like this. This looks kind of cool. Yeah, got a little bit of DC vibes there, right? So, all right. So I'm sorry, let me back it up. So if you double click this, you'll see the picture's bigger. You can kind of resize this based on what you need. Hit done there. And then we're going to move this up here like so. And this seems like it's a little bright, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down. I don't like how that looks actually. So what I meant to do was make this background here black. Then we're gonna go back to our photos, drop it back in. Fade, transparency, we can drop that down, make it darker, right? Because now we're letting the black bleed through. And then we've got this nice crisp image here, boom. Right, so now that we have a rough idea that we're working with, we're gonna kind of work on what it looks like. Obviously this is like a super sloppy cut together type of post, but again, if you're looking for something quick, this is kind of like a good jumping off point. You can click on this object here and either remove it entirely, right, or you can leave it. So I'm gonna undo, Control Z. I'm gonna pick this again. I don't like the orange. I'm gonna go with something a little bit more subtle. So as you see here, it kind of gives you some palettes to choose from based on the images that are already in the picture. So I'm gonna kind of like this blue here, kind of like that. Yeah, these are nice, right? It's not that crazy bright orange that we were looking at earlier. I'm gonna go with blue, and this is like a little too big actually. So I'm gonna invert this. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna use this as my headline font, right? Really nice and big. Boom. Now we're running into a big old mess here. So let me just do this, right? I'm gonna go up here. Boom. Now I need to shrink this down because it's a little too big. So easy resizing, right? Just boom, scales automatically. You don't have to press any buttons. It just does it for you. The other thing I'm going to do is, you see this white line here that allows me to stretch it outward, and it's going to resize the text or adjust the text accordingly. So now our formatting is a little bit cleaner, and then I can go down here and change this to the hashtag, right? Snyder. Again, like this background and this, they're both dark images, so it's not really popping the way that I want it to. So I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to use something a little bit more abstract, something a little bit less distracting. All right, easy, dark, done. How's that? Boom, that's all right. This one's kind of cool too. There we go, that kind of works. Now I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Boom. So now that we've picked this color here doesn't really vibe, right? We want to have a little bit more synergy. I'm gonna change this to, so now we get our new background colors, right? Dark blue over here, boom. You know, again, it doesn't need to be that big. Maybe we don't want this at all. You know, again, it's just, you know, it's objects for the sake of objects. So I can copy and paste this. I can, you know, put this up. So as you can see, it's just a rectangle, right? So you can just move this around however you want. Boom, a little bit more synergy, a little bit more eye appeal, if you will. So here's a nice thing about Canva, right? You can slide stuff around and it gives you these beautiful guidelines. It's like, hey, that's how you know it's perfectly centered. Over here, same thing. Slide it around until you get that nice, boom, there it is, centered. Colors a little subdued on this, so maybe we want to make it pop a little bit more. What if we hit it with this? That looks all right. Let's try another one. Boom. Nope, that doesn't work at all. Again, speed content, right? You know, it's all about like kind of just trying to get it out there as soon as possible. I feel like this dead space up here could use some love. So maybe we could put some elements there to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll use this guy here. What does that do? It's not working. See, it's a lot of trial and error. So I'm not feeling that at all. So I'm going to delete that. Boom. We're going to call this done for today. I'm going to hit download. And there you have it.